Yeah, so the summary is Eric Adams is a New York mayor who the federal government was very confident engaged in a whole bunch of improper behavior relating to soliciting foreign bribes, among other things. And they had a very high level of confidence and a very high level of accuracy in the allegations in the indictments that were made that they would get a conviction for this. She sounds incredibly confident. Federal indictments are usually pretty block solid. And a grand jury agreed and returned an approval on this indictment. So basically, federal government thinks that the mayor, Eric Adams, has done a big bad. Eric Adams, who's been indicted now by the federal government, when Trump gets elected, decides to hop on a flight down to Mar-a-Lago and talk to Donald Trump. Him and Trump have a back and forth. They seem like pretty buddy-buddy, flies back to New York. And then all of a sudden, you have the Department of Justice is having meetings now. So you have your Attorney General, Pam Bondi, and then you have your Deputy Attorney General, who is Emile Beauvais. The Deputy Attorney General is now having meetings with Eric Adams' legal team about how they want to dismiss all the charges against him. So it's weird because the prosecutor is not being included in this at all. And the prosecutor sounds like or the attorney investigating this probably should be included in these talks. However, it's strange because them dropping the charges is being done essentially as a quid pro quo, meaning what they're saying is we're going to drop the charges against you so that you can help Donald Trump enforce the immigration policy. This is not a conspiracy. This is not like an allegation. This is just what Beauvais says loud and clear in his memo to dismiss the charges. Second, the pending prosecution has unduly restricted Mayor Adams' ability to devote full attention and resources to the illegal immigration and violent crime that escalated under the policies of the prior administration. We are concerned about the impact of prosecution on Mayor Adams' ability to support critical, ongoing federal efforts to protect the American people from the disastrous effects of unlawful mass migration and resettlement, as described in Executive Order 14165. So they're basically dismissing the charges without prejudice. We'll get to that. They're dismissing the charges against Eric Adams so that Eric Adams can basically carry out the federal government, Donald Trump's legislative agenda. Now, there's also two weird things with this is they're dismissing the charges without prejudice, meaning that the same case could be brought back if they wanted to for, who knows what reason. Number one. And number two, they're asking for this, for no investigations to be done on Mayor Adams until after November, meaning after the election. So it's just an incredibly clear and obvious quid pro quo done in an incredibly improper manner. So for this here, he says it in the memo for the requesting the dismissal without prejudice. The matter shall be reviewed by the confirmed U.S. attorney in the Southern District of New York following the November 2025 mayoral election. 2, the defendant must agree in writing that he is not a prevailing party under the Hyde Amendment. And 3, the matter shall be reviewed by the confirmed U.S. attorney in the Southern District of New York following the November 2025 mayoral election based on consideration of all relevant factors. There shall be no further targeting of Mayor Adams or additional investigative steps prior to that review. And you are further directed to take all steps within your power to cause Mayor Adams' security clearances to be restored. So they're basically saying, we're going to go ahead and pause this until your election. And then after that, who knows? So we'll see what you do. This is a quid pro quo. This is like extortion, basically. This is a racket. So the federal government has said, we're going to go ahead and pause all your charges, but without prejudice, so we can bring them back if we want. As long as you carry out our agenda, we'll pause everything until after the election, and we'll see how you do, basically. That's what this is. The prosecutor, Daniel R. Sassoon, who's a prosecutor for the Southern District of New York, responded to Pam Bondi, basically saying, this is bullshit. Like, even you guys are saying that this has nothing to do with the merits of the actual investigation. It has nothing to do with the strength of the evidence. So the dismissal is pure bullshit. And it's so bullshit that I don't even know if a judge would accept this. Now, generally, when a prosecutor agrees to dismiss a case, and when the defendants agree as well, you almost always, well, of course, yeah, we'll dismiss it then. If the prosecutors want to go forward, then we will. However, in this case, the prosecutor wasn't even consulted. There's not even a guarantee that a judge would accept this dismissal. And so she's basically saying, like, I'm not dismissing this case. If you want to meet with us, we can have a discussion about it, but this is bullshit. And if you want me to really just dismiss this, I'm quitting. I'm done.